Good afternoon everyone, how are you all? Lovely to see you all. It's not bad weather today, is it? The sun is shining, which is always a good start. Welcome to the live studio here in Wakefield. My name is Toni and I'm a guest presenter over on Create and Craft. And I like to play, and as you do at home too. So that's why you tune in all of the time, which is fabulous. Thank you so much. If you are a subscriber already, that's brilliant. You can sit back and relax and enjoy the show. But if you're not, we do encourage you to click that subscribe button, click the little HD button for a better viewing experience. And after the live show, if you could pop a comment on about the video, whether you liked it, enjoyed it, any way I can improve, or have you tried the technique before, anything at all. And we always try and respond to every single message on there, whether good or bad. So if you are on Facebook, I do post pictures of our makes after the live show too. And if you want to pop a comment below there, you can also do that too. That's the admin out of the way. How are you all? Hi Wendy, Valerie, Tracy, Marilyn, Joe, Carol, Julie. Lots of you on today, which is fabulous. Rio, hi sweetheart. Janet, and lots of you on there today. It's lovely to see you all. I hope you're all well. Has anybody been crafting today? Yes, no? Not quite sure. So I've just been out, as you can see, the wind's got hold of me, and walked the dog ready before we go live here in studio. Nathan is on the technical side of things. Nathan was here at the weekend and got to meet lots of you lovely crafters too, so you now have a face to a name, which is also lovely. And we have had some cards, Nathan, I forgot to telling you thank you for doing studio. So thank you Nathan too. So I hope you're all well. In today's studio we are going to touch on some of our earlier products. I keep getting asked relentless about soulful lamination, our lovely nesting dies and things like that, so I'm trying to incorporate as many as I can today, so we tick all of those boxes and messages for all of you lovely crafters at home. The QR codes should nearly be up to date now, so if you're still having problems, please do let us know. We are I think up to date and still loading. We have got lots of step-by-steps from the Craft Academy that the girls have been doing, and we've also got the 1:30 videos attached to those step-by-steps. So if you do want to print them off, you can pop them in a folder, but as always, they are on YouTube, they never go away. All of the products I'm going to use at the website, but please switch off. Please switch off, that's crazy. Please do not switch off if you don't have the products. We still like you to stay for the inspiration, even if you don't have our products. You might have something else in your stash that works. So any more using Craft Academy stamps? Yeah, we're going to be revisiting some of our Academy stamps too, absolutely. And we might also be doing another little Craft Academy, but we'll see how it goes. I will keep you all posted on that one, keep you all out of trouble. So let's craft. So if you can see from my table here, did you enjoy Saturday with Carly, 10 o'clock? It was lovely to have a breath of fresh air in here. My gosh, a sheer whirlwind. She came with bag after bag after bag, and she just threw it all out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my anxiety was through the roof. And yes, you all messaged me to tell me she was naughty about the brushes in the water. I saw it. I was like, I can't even go in and tell her. The brushes in the water, did you see them? Were about 9 stuck in the water. Oh, crazy. But fab demos, hey? So Carly's going to be here once a month, hopefully. Trains and obviously circumstances permitting, but hopefully once a month where you can get some inspiration. And she's also done lots of pre-records, so every Saturday there should be a video or some inspiration of some form at 10 o'clock every Saturday morning. So you will be able, so think about what's going on in the Stamps by Me studio. So you have me Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you have Claire on a Thursday, you're going to have Carly on a Saturday. Claire always does a pre-record for you on Sunday. So the only day that we're not actually live in studio is a Wednesday. What do you think that means? Watch this space. Who's coming? I'll let you guess. Who do you think's coming in studio on a Wednesday? Because this person can only do a Wednesday. I'll give you some clues. This person can only do a Wednesday, which means I'm going to have to do Monday, Tuesday, Friday. So you will have lots of inspiration throughout the whole 7 days. But I'll let you have a guess who's going to be here on a Wednesday. Have a cup of tea. So it really doesn't matter which sort of craft you're into, you know, every single day, if you're still in lockdown at home, or if you're having difficulties, or if you're poorly, or anything like that, you can always come to us and have a look at our inspiration and maybe get your mojo going again. Oh, everybody thinks it's Dawn. Donna. Ooh, interesting. Right, so let's craft. That's why you've all come. So you can see here from all of the products, I'll just quickly show you what I've got on my desk. So I'm going to do the wicker basket. I haven't done this one yet, and I know a lot of you spent a lot of money on the Soulful Complete collection, so I'm working my way through them as individuals. We're going to use lamination butterflies because I've had one about that one. Chevron stitch because I've had one about that one. We haven't had one about this one, but this is my favourite, so that had to be in there. And then the lamination, Thinking of You. So we've had one about this one as well. So lots and lots and lots. Let's craft. Let's bring in our card blank. So what I've done ahead of time, just to cut a few corners, well, not cut a few corners, but just to get us ahead a little bit so we can concentrate on the fun part, is I've used the lovely chevron, which is this one. A lot of you've probably got this one. If you are interested in any of our products, all you need to do is go to our website and pop FBL into the search engine, and it'll take you to all the products that I'm using in studio, if you do like them. Is there anything else to tell you about? No, I don't think so. Oh, and I've been nominated in nine categories in the Crafts Beautiful as well, which is incredible. And just to tell you a couple of things about that as well, we've had a couple of, well, I haven't personally had a couple of messages, but I've seen a couple of things flying around on social media with regards to how does all these nominations work and things like that. And I can tell you how it works from Stamps by Me and my side of things. There is a lot of things going around saying people pay a lot of money to be put forward for nomination and things like that. But I'll tell you how it is from us at Stamps by Me. Basically, I think Crafts Beautiful send out emails and links for people to vote for their best brand, and at that point you as a customer go in and you pop in Stamps by Me or Tattered Lace or whatever in there, and then I think all the information gets collated and then it gets distributed, and that's where I've been nominated in 9 categories because of you lovely crafters at home. Then after that, we as brands can then obviously go and try and promote those lovely 9 categories that we're in. So we can put an ad in the magazine, we can do some social media, and we can pay for like packages and things to try and push those votes and things like that. And some brands do it and some brands don't. And then after that, who knows what happens. The vote is down to the Crafts Beautiful coordinators who then deal with it. So I just wanted to clear that up a little bit because I think a few people are confused and saying, well, if people are paying, then that's not fair on the people that can't afford it and things like that. So that's how it works. That's how we've done it from Stamps by Me. And I'm hoping everybody else is the same across the board. So I hope that helps. And thank you if you did nominate. That is brilliant. But no payment is taken to get those nominations. Right, so let's craft. So that's why we're here. So I have already cut ahead of time some of these lovely, lovely dies here, nesting dies. So we have this chevron stitching one here, and I've cut one in gold and I've cut one in white. It looks white, but this is watercolor card, okay? So we're going to do some quite fun techniques today and chop it up a little bit. So I'm just going to set these aside for now, and I'm going to grab some watercolour card, and let's show you first of all how the lamination works. There are a variation of ways you can use the lamination stamps, and I'm just going to show you a few of the ways that I like to use them. But if you are on our Eureka fan page, you will quickly realise that people use them in so many different ways, get so many different looks, and there literally are no rules. So go with you as a crafter, go with what you like. I'm going to use this one and this one. Let's just have a drink of my tea. Linda, I think the Soulful watering can is back in stock. Is it not on the web? I will have a look for you when I come off air. So let's grab the lamination stamp. So this is Thinking of You. I'm going to do 2 at the same time, and we're going to do the lovely butterfly here. And we'll go with this one. So all I'm doing first of all is I'm grabbing the solid portion of the stamp, and when I say solid portion, it's the black element of the stamp, okay? And this is where you're going to pop your colour. So it doesn't really matter where I pop that. Let's just bring this a bit closer. So we're going to do the coloured element. So when you see the packaging, I think it's better to show you like this. That purple part is the solid part. So you'll see here, this is the solid part and this is where you pop the colour. So I'll just pick up those stamps. In fact, is this the outline and not the solid part? Let's just check that one. Oh, I just nearly did it there, didn't I? So I've actually popped the outline on of the butterfly and I actually need the solid portion. So the solid portion, which is the solid part, we can see that there. Just going to line this back up, and then the solid part of the flower. Because what we're going to do is we're going to die cut these lovely elements. So first of all, pick the stamps up, and then I've just got a handful of my mini distress inks here, and we'll just do them in a variation of colours. So let's go ahead and play. So you can mix up the colours. So you're just going to take your ink pad to the stamp, and there are absolutely no rules where you put your colour. You can do pink, green. So let's pop a bit of pink on there. Let's pop a bit of pink on the base of the butterfly. Shall we go orange next? So that one I used was picked raspberry. This one's ripe persimmon. Bit of orange. So I'm not going for the traditional greens and pinks, I'm literally just having fun. And then let's pop a little bit of yellow in there too. And this one is mustard seed. So to get it to look like a watercoloured image, I'm just going to spray with a bit of water to activate that colour. And then we'll stamp it down. So this is going onto watercolour card here. So when you press it down, you'll end up with like what looks like a bit of a puddle. But that's the sort of look that you're trying to get, because it just gives it a more realistic watercolour finish. Okay, the board was on the website, Heather. I wonder if it's sold out. I'll have a look after show. So I'm being asked, let's have a look. Lynn Sudworth is saying, is it a man or a woman? Oh my gosh, if I tell you that. Okay, it's a man. Now you're all lost, aren't you? Look at that. How incredible is that? So I'm just going to grab some tissue. Just excuse me a second. Just going to grab some tissue from my cupboard, and we can clean our stamps off and move on to the next stage. So just clean these off. Just pop these on top of my machine for now. And then we'll just dry these ones off. That looks, this would just make a pretty background just like that, wouldn't it? So just pick up that puddle a little bit. Just to help it along. I've truly got you all guessing, haven't I? It's not Paul either, but Paul did come to the shop, which is brilliant. It was lovely to meet Paul for the first time. Don't know if Paul's on today. So there you go, you can see that lovely watercolour finish. So now what we need to do is we need to enhance it and make it look like a masterpiece. So we need to just grab the necessary stamps to create that dimension. So I have, in this set you get two types of butterfly. You get like an open fretwork winged one, and then this one which is quite an airbrushed one, and I quite like this one, so I'm going to go with this one. So I'm just going to place it on there like so, and then this one, let's just grab the stamp for that one. And then all I need to do is find out where I'm popping this one, because I just went random. There we go. And then we just need to stamp this one too. So let's just bring our magnets a little bit closer. I'm just going to stamp this one in black. My gosh, look at the names. Like so. So just inked this one up in black. I'm just getting rid of that because I don't trust myself. And then we'll stamp this one down. Now you can heat emboss the outline. You can use your lovely grey ink pad so it looks like a pencil sketch. Can we see now I've got that beautiful flower. Now if you're wanting more of a bleed, you can do that. You can spray it now. Because I've used a waterproof ink pad, I could absolutely spray that one, and I might actually do that. I'm not sure yet. Let's just move it out of the way though for now. So I'm just going to set this one aside because I'm going to die cut it in a second, give it the opportunity to dry. So on the watercolour piece I've got going on here, the same one that we've just done. So let's just take these off for now. So this watercolour piece that we've just done on that other piece, I just need to figure out which way is the right way up. So just move this over. So the one with the bud, which is this one, I'm just going to pop up in this corner here. And this time what we'll do with this one is we'll make this one like a bleeding effect. That wasn't swearing, by the way. I meant like, you know, like the bleed in the colour, not the awful word. Cup of tea. So let's go with the same colours, hey? So we'll go with the lovely pink. Just random. Then we went orange, didn't we? And then some pretty yellow. So because I want to bleed on here, I'm going to spray the card as well, so it'll bleed further. I'm going to spray the stamp too. And what will happen is it'll all bleed into a big puddle when I take the stamp off. There we go, can we see that there? So this is a different look, so it all depends on what sort of look you're wanting to achieve, okay? So if you're wanting the more sterile look, less water just on the stamp. If you're wanting a more of like a bleed, then spray the cardstock as well with your water. So let's just dry this off. Just pick up those puddles for speed. Otherwise we're going to be here a long time. Take it off my foam mat because I'll end up with warp in my foam mat. For now though, you've still got me on a Wednesday. You're all thinking, oh. You get us hopes up and then you tell us it's just still you for ages. What are you doing? So there we go, we have our pretty sort of watercolour wash. You would never know we'd just done that with a stamp. And this is the great thing about the lovely lamination stamp. So I'm going to grab the solid portion now. I'm just going to line it up. just clean my hands. Then I pop the magnet back on so it doesn't move. We'll stamp this one out in black. You probably get a bit of ink on there now, that's right. And then we'll ink this one up. And can you see how different it looks? So let's show you without the water on the base, and can you see how different they are? So it's personal preference. You as a crafter, which one do you like? So let's just dry this one off. So we're just building the components of our card at the moment. Just helping that black ink dry a bit quicker. Make sure this one's dry too. So I'll just move this out of the way for now, just take that stamp off there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do all of our die cutting together. Cool, could you imagine it with being Tom? Crikey. Unfortunately, he doesn't know how to craft and talk at the same time. So I've got a bit of an issue going on there. So I'm just going to pop this on here, and then the next die down from the next, this is a chevron, what I'm using. I'm going to use the next die down and I'm going to pop it onto my artwork, and I'll just find my tape. Hopefully it's still in here. Carly's been in the building, hasn't she? You just never know. Oh, there we go. Anything could happen. So I'm just going to tape this one down in the centre as straight as possible. Excuse the head. So I'm happy that that's there. And then this one I'm just going to cut down so I can get the die around it. So I can get it all cut in one pass, hopefully. So hopefully we'll be able to get the die around that one. And then hopefully this one too. Just set that aside. So in those same lamination sets, you get the coordinating dies. So let's just grab the die for this one. Got a lot of colour on our plate today, it's really lovely, isn't it? So that's the matte and layer for this die. I want the one that's a little bit closer. So pop it round, and when you're completely happy, stick it down. So that's that one. So we're trying to multitask here and do everything at once, and then we'll get the outline for our butterflies. Is it that one? Nope. It's not nobody from TV. Can't hold me on water, me, can I? Stop it. So let's just pop this around here. And this is going to go around the lovely like watercolor splat element behind as well, which is super, super cool. So it doesn't chop that away. So shall we run this one through then? Pull it down a bit because my machine doesn't like the dies when they're right at the top. Let's just make sure my plate's nice and clean. There we go. So all good, running all the elements through together. hopefully we'll have all of our lovely elements here. So then we have the lovely, lovely watercolour bouquet there. Make sure you don't tear your artwork with the low tack tape. Then we have the fabulous butterfly, look at that, and it gets all the splat on there too. And then let's just set these aside. And then this lovely piece, I'll just get rid of that little tear there. There we go. This little piece pops out too, so just grab my tool here. Pop out these elements. So this is a chevron one, which is one of my favourites. Really, really different. And then we have our recess here, look. So let's start to construct. First of all though, I want to plop a sentiment on this card. So I'll just grab my Eureka, and this is the part where we're going to pop the focal point on the card. So I'm just going to hold that corner up there and this one down here. And I'm going to use the lovely I love you from this one you see here, because it's sort of like stood proud. No, the background stamp, music stamp, sorry, we haven't got that one. Sorry. And then this one, I love you, is just going to sit straight in the centre here, look. I'm going to stamp this in a true black and get that lovely crisp image in the centre. Might need stamping twice. And you get this lovely I love you on top of that lovely watercolour finish there. So let's just quickly dry that one. Give it a hand in drying. Everything I'm using should be in stock. I try not to use things that are going to frustrate you if you haven't got them, so they should all be in stock. If they're not in SBL, just go and check them out under the stamp range or the die range. And then if you've got any problems, I'll always check after studio. So let's make our lovely card here. So I have a white top folding note card, and I have the gold, which is in the chevron. I'm going to pop some pads behind this one. So I'm going to put a few behind and it won't sink with the weight. The sentiment stamps are in stock, or should be, unless you've all just bought them. I can only have a look after I've come out of studio, unfortunately, but if there is any, I will load them straight back on. So I have my top folding white note card here. Hi Carol, no, I'm not sure. I think my lovely friend Shirley Ramsey sent me these ages ago when we were on lockdown and I couldn't get hold of them. I'm not sure where you would buy these. Is Shirley on today actually? Has anybody seen Shirley? So I've just stuck that under there. Shirley Ramsey, where are you? And then we have our lovely next element, and as you can see, the details are that as such that one chevron comes in, then the next die goes out. Really, really different, and they protrude out of the actual die shape itself, so they're really, really pretty. So I'm just going to go in with my tape pen, I think, with this one. Oh, Shirley's on. We're starting to have a panic then, Shirley. All these tape pens, are they all gone? She got them from Chloe at the craft show. There are a few, aren't there, that are on the actual like rolls and things like that, but I just use the Create and Craft ones, but they're the ones that I had to hand today, so thank you, Shirley. So I'm just using some wet glue here too, because my tape pen's gone. Make sure you stick it the right way. So I'm just going to stick this one flat in that recess. Give it a second to grab. And then this one is going to have some pads underneath and is going to sit proud here. These are the elements though that we have done. So I always place before I commit. Okay, so we have the continued pattern from there to there. Now you can go ahead and chop down the pattern and stick it over the corner if you want to, or you can stick it underneath, and the plan was to stick it underneath. I'll just see how it looks. I'll just give this a second to grab. So let's see which way works best. So don't forget, this is quite a large embellishment. We can cut it down and make it creep through a couple of the corners. It doesn't have to, you know, be solid or big in any sense whatsoever. So let's turn it around and see if we can get that flower element on show. Can we see that there? But you can see how the pattern continues here because we put the die inside the other. And then this one we can just pop underneath, look. So let's stick this one flat. You've still got the dimension. It's really, really lovely. You've still got that lovely dimension. And I'm going to do it so it doesn't go further than the base, because obviously my card won't stand up, but I am happy for it to come over the right hand side, which is nice. So, like so. I know if you were putting it in an envelope, you would have to shove it in a little bit, but, or trim it off, it's entirely up to you. And then we'll pad this one. Don't be tight when you put your pads on, because it's easy to say, oh, I'll just put 2 or 3 under, but it does sink and your card looks ugly after a day or two. So don't be tight with the pads, get the pads on there. So if you have any nesting dies in your stash that have got a lovely shape to them, you're really good to go. And then this one here is going to sit, just stand proud in that recess, and you'll get that lovely gold coming through. You see that there? And then if you want to, I think my card's got too much going on, to be honest, but if you want to, it has. It's going to overwhelm my card. We might save that. Might save that for another card because my card's getting overwhelmed. But you get the idea, don't you? So I'm going to leave that as is. So let's just stand this one up and just show you how pretty it is. Really, really different. Watercoloured as well. So really, really pretty. And you don't have to use the colours that I've used. You know, you can use monochromatics, greys and blacks, and your heat embossing for the outline. So you go with your style. Don't try and I'm here to inspire you, but don't try and be like me. We all have our style, and I'm certain a lot of you have got something pretty amazing going on without me telling you exactly what to do. So that's that one. Very pretty and summery. It is actually, yeah. So shall we just pop this one on the back for now? And let's move on to the second card. So let's just move everything over. So today I'm going to use a lovely basket, because a few of you have said, can you do the basket? Of course I can do the basket. So I have another piece of watercolour card, and it's exactly the same theme as this card going on back here. We have the black. I have a black top folding note card this time. I have the gold matte and layer from the same collection, the chevron collection there, and I have a piece of watercolour card the next one down, okay? So let's grab our basket. And it's exactly the same concept, guys, as when we do our buckets and our watering cans. Where you want flowers to be, just take the excess ink off with your finger. So let's stamp out the base of the basket first. So shall we go very small or shall we go very big? I'm going to go small today because I always go big. So today we're going to go small. It should be under cardstock, Heather, if it's there. If it's not there, I will honestly, as soon as I come off there, I will go and have a look and find it for you. So let's pop the wicker basket let's pop it a little bit higher, and then we can ground it, can't we? And we can get a lovely sentiment under here as well. Just wondering if I have a nice brown ink pad. Let's have a look. No, it's going to have to be black. Right, I was going to stamp it out in a nice brown, because nice brown wicker basket, but I'm going to go black. So I'm going to stamp out the base of the basket, and then I'm just going to get my tissue and I'm just going to take away a little bit of the front of the basket, because I want some flowers to sort of be coming over the front of the basket. And you saw when I did the hair, when I did the lady's hair on Friday, I removed some of the ink. Can you remember? I just took my tissue and just removed some of that ink at the top of the basket. So when you stamp it out, the sort of, I'll just show you, it's just easier. Can you see here how the front of the basket is missing slightly? So that allows for the flowers to come over the front of the basket, because if you stamp it as a full entity, that looks really pretty, but you still get the flowers, like not a single flowers come over the edge of the basket, and it doesn't look too realistic if you don't take it out, but it's not a great shake if you don't. And you also get the handle in the basket. Now, you can use the handle, you don't have to use the handle. I'm going to pop the handle on, but it's personal choice. How full do you want your basket? And the handle just comes up and over like so. But again, if you're wanting a really, really full basket, take some of the handle away as well, so it looks like the flowers have gone over the basket handle and under the basket handle. So, and it doesn't really matter where you put this basket handle. It looks realistic if you do it tall and up, on a slant. So let's just go, shall we just go there? And at the end of the day, if you stamp it and it looks an absolute mess, it's a piece of card, isn't it? So I'm going to stamp this handle out, and I'm going to get my tissue and just remove a little section of it, so it looks like when I come to put the flowers in, we'll have some at the front and some at the back. I'll just take some of that ink off my door because I'm turning into a mussy, my gosh, what's up with me today? Messy pup. So let's pop the handle on there. So this is going to be a real full basket. Can you see how I've just removed a little bit of ink there? You can see how the basket's coming together. So now let's take everything off and have some fun. So this is where you're going to need your little acrylic blocks and things like that. If you don't have your acrylic blocks, you can use your Wicker, it just takes longer. Okay, so just grab some acrylic blocks. See which ones I've got that are clean. So I've got those ones. We'll just go with those four, that should be enough. And I have some watercolour pens. I have my own watercolour pens, these are Gossip pens. But if you have some in your stash that already work for you, those probably will work equally as well. Just have a drink. I always forget to drink, as you all know. So basically, soulful means you can build a watercolour composition with little to no effort. So you get all of the silhouette elements on here. So you have bouquets in circles, you have foliage. So you can really go to town with creating a really, really unique basket. Or rockery, as you've seen me do as well. We did the watering can, we've done the cabin. We're trying to get through them all for you, so the inspiration is there. But the solid elements, there are no repeats in any of the sets, and they all work across each stamp set too. So if you want to use some from other stamp sets too, that they will work equally as well. So first of all, shall we get some flowers in this little, let's build some flowers up. And we've got like, can you see like these ones? These are true hanging basket ones, you know, where they come over the side of your basket. So if you wanted to create a hanging basket, as in like a basket at the side of your house or from a lamppost, this basket is, what's the word I'm looking for, is sized perfectly for the light, you know, the light that we did in the collage collection the other day, to be hung from the light if you want to. All you need to do is maybe draw a chain up or a line to suggest it's a hanging basket coming from the side of the light, which is cool. Don't you just love it when things work? So let's get some colour on here. The great thing about these is you don't have to use the whole stamp either. So I'm just going to use this floral part at the top with the purple. So all you do is you scratch your pen. So I'm going purple today, bright purple in fact. Just make sure I've got a brush. You need a brush, you need some water as well. And then the bottom part, let's go green. So as you will quickly see when we come to stamp these out, that you'll still be able to see the basket in some of the areas as well, and it creates that lovely realistic look. So let's go, can we see already we have a lovely basket coming together. So I'm just put the brush in the water, take off the excess water with your fingers, and then just pounce with your brush and just drag that colour out a little bit. Now you're not trying to dissolve the shape, you are just softening the lines, okay? Super, super easy. I cannot stress how easy it is. So then the top one, again in another colour, because I'm going to have variation in this basket. And some more green. So I've got some lovely pink in there too. But my basket is going to be full because of the way that I've configured my handle. Now, what might be a good idea is if you do your basket first and then do the handle second, that might be an idea, and then you're not having to fill your basket like I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to really fill my basket, which is fine. It's going to be an overflowing basket. You know those baskets that you can never achieve at home? It's going to be one of those baskets. So let's use some of the other foliage in here. So let's use this one. Because they're all different in shapes too, that allows you to get the variation in your basket. So I'm going to go green. Let's go green and see what it looks like. And then I'm just going to grab my brush, dry it off with my hand and soften those lines a little bit. So you can instantly see how taking that basket out a little bit has allowed perspective. Okay, so shall we do that one more time? Because I think the green looks really, really nice. Let's take the green right up to that top bit there. So let's get some flowers in here as well as that greenery. So Joan is saying that she's totally lost with regards to stamp members sale. What do you mean, sweetheart? Totally lost with what? There is no sale on at the moment. We only do 2 sales a year. Oh, and there's sometimes these things for sale on Create and Craft. Sorry, I've interrupted a chat there, haven't I? Yeah, there are some things over on Create and Craft that are in the sale too, so they offer some good bargains. So I'm just grabbing a few other colours because I'm limited myself here. Let's grab an orange. This looks like a bit of a sunflower. You see here? Really, really lovely. So I'm just now filling in some of those gaps and I'm popping some of the orange behind there. And sometimes I don't want the whole of the stamp, so I angle the solid part and I just get like a little piece of it. Can we see that there? Just use that ink on there like so. And then with my brush, take the water off and pounce it out a little bit. Not too much, my brush is very wet there. So let's do some, it's very therapeutic, you know, building these rockeries, baskets, absolutely love it. So now we have some sort of like grassy ones here, so I'm going to do some, maybe some ones where the grass is coming like out, you know, those type. And the more that you do them, the more confident you're going to become with them as well. So let's pop. You can see now how it's coming out the edge. So I'm just pouncing the stamp a little bit over this side. So I didn't use the whole of that stamp, I just used a little bit of it. And you can pounce 2-3 times, use that ink up in there. And then with a slightly wet brush, just drag that colour out just a little bit. And we just need something going on here, and then the basket is full. Let's go with the pink again, because the pink, we've only got a tad bit of pink in there, haven't we? And let's go with, this one looks like a pretty one. Just to fill in that little gap. Anywhere where I see a bit too much white space, I'm going, and then we have a beautiful wicker basket. Gorgeous. And the green is in front of the handle there. The colour comes down the base here, look at that. So let's just ground our basket. It looks like it's not floating. So I'm just going to mix up some of this lovely colour here from my watercolour pen. Don't want it too wet though. Just pop a little bit of colour under here, look. Get it straight, it would help. And then we'll dry this one off with our gun. And then in one of the lamination sets, we have these sort of sentiments, you know, they're like handwritten, stay strong, sending love, thinking of you. So I think we should use the lovely thinking of you, because we do like to think about our friends, things like that. So I'm going to use the lovely thinking of you just to as you can see, everything is on my desk. I'm starting to work on a postage stamp. And then we'll do thinking of you as straight as possible. Pick up the stamp, stamp it in black. like so. And then just while I've got this little bit of ink on my palette here, I am just gonna fill in this wicker basket, just so it doesn't look like a black basket. We'll fill it in hay so it looks quite pretty, and we'll do the handle. There we go. So let's get this mounted onto our card. And we're just going to go flat with this one. And we'll end this one onto the next one. So this would be just a second class or first class stamp because it's completely flat. Just give that a second to grab, make sure it's absolutely straight. So I'll just tidy my station, push everything over. Whilst that's quickly grabbing with the ink, this one that Carly used on Saturday, this is the lovely house, which is the Imala range, and it's the tree house. Nathan, that lady cannot win this stamp. She's on my design team. Would you like to pick another name, please? So Nathan's just picking another name, and I'm going to send this lovely card that Carly made, and I'm going to send this lovely stamp that she used, which has only been used once, to basically say thank you for tuning into Live Studio. So let me just see if this is grabbed for you. And we'll grab the other one too. So really, sort of very similar designs, but really, really different in the same sense, hey? So I'll just move everything aside, get a tidy workstation. Well, Nathan's on form today. So these are the two lovely cards. There we go. Sorry, I'm making a hash of that. Watercolouring is just the way forward. If you did buy the gouache, you can use them as watercolours. Just remember to dilute them down with lots and lots of water. You will still get similar effects. So the winner of this one is Adele Dunn, picked by Nathan. Well done, sweetheart. The winner of the lovely house and the stamp is Adele Dunn. We'll get that sent out to you, sweetheart. And I'm back in studio on Wednesday at 3 p.m. and we'll do some more stamping and just have some fun, shall we? So thank you all for tuning in. Any questions now? I will go and check all of the products out that you've all been asking me questions about, and I'll load them back on if we have any. So have a lovely afternoon stroke evening, and I'll catch you all Wednesday at 3 p.m. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye.